Hi everyone, this is me, Angel Sarabia, and today I want to share with you the way that I created the lesson plan for writing. So let's take a look. First of all, I created the template that I'm using right here for the lesson plan, and this is pretty much the same template that I used the previous time for the previous lesson plan that I created. And if you check here, this is gonna be for writing. So we start with the level that we're gonna have, which is pretty much the basic or pretty much intermediate level. The age range is from 12 to 17 years old, and the skill that we're gonna be working on it's gonna be the writing. So then we have the institution, the teacher's name, the date, and something that it's really important to mention it's about the unit that we're gonna be developing. So this one is gonna be for the unit number 4, which is called Do You Play the Guitar? And let me share with you oh, there it is. So this is pretty much the book that I have here. This is the unit that I'm gonna be working on. If you check on the book, we have a lot of activities, but in this case, because our class is gonna be for only 60 minutes, we're gonna select only 4 activities, and these are the ones that we're gonna be working on. So as I mentioned before, and this is the book that I selected, the Interchange 5th edition, or the student's book. So something that is really important to know, it's going to be the description. The learners are students from 12 to 17 years old. They have basic English level, so they can write and understand basic sentences. Something that it's really important to know, it's going to be the objective. So remember that the objective, we need to have a general objective using the SMART techniques. And at the end of this unit, students will be able to communicate effectively and express their opinions about entertainment, likes and dislikes in writing. So remember that this class is going to be just for writing purposes. So that's the main focus of our objective. Then I have created 3 specific objectives. So at the end of this class, students will be able to first categorize type of movies, TV shows and music. Number 2, ask and answer yes or no questions and WH questions with do to discuss entertainment likes and dislikes. And the third specific objective is going to be to write and respond to text messages. As I mentioned before, the overall focus is going to be the writing text messages, and the resources that I'm going to be using, it's going to be the Nearpod presentation, the laptop and the book. Right, so let's start checking the activities. So the first one is going to be the warm-up. For the warm-up activity, we have created this that it's called the music preferences warm-up activity. So the procedure, I have to ask the students to write down a music genre that they like or dislike in a virtual poll, and then I have to collect the information, randomly read the music genre written on it, and then I need to ask the students if they agree or disagree with the music that they selected and why. So this is pretty much that we are doing right now. If you check here, we need to encourage the students to share their opinions and thoughts about music, but also to respect each other's opinions. And one important part is that I need to let them know that the purpose of this warm-up activity is to help them start thinking about what they like or dislike about music, which will be the focus or the main focus on their writing assignment. So for this part, the interaction is going to be teachers, students, and then students and teachers. And the material is going to be the Nearpod presentation, which is going to be a poll, and the time is going to be 10 minutes. So if you check here, this is the annex number 1. This is the virtual poll that I have created for them. So in this poll, they have to select all these specific options, and then we will discuss the one that we already mentioned. Then for the second activity, it's going to be the before writing. So the word power, that's entertainment. So as me as a teacher, I have to explain this activity. So they need to work in pairs or small groups, allow them to use dictionaries, remind the students that some words can go in more than one category. So I need to show them a word map. In this word map, they have to write, or in this case, which is going to be online, they need to match the answers. So they need to add. Oh, let me show you so to see better. So this is pretty much what they have to do on this activity. We have pretty much 3 activities on this one. They have to match what's going to be the type of entertainment activity, and if it's a TV show, a movie, or it's a music. For example, action. If they think that it's a movie, so they need to put it or select it in the right category, and so on. So This is for the first one. Then they need to add two more categories. And again, because this activity is going to be focused on the writing part, they need to write. And the third part of the same activity, it's going to be that they have to number the items on each list from one, the option that they like the most, to the option number six, that the option that they like the least. Or it's pretty much like like a top and bottom. So this is for the second activity. Um, in this case, this is the instructions that I have. Show the word map to the students, and then they need to, well, in my case, I have to model the pronunciation of the words, because they need to know what's going to be the right pronunciation as well. So in the part B is the one that I already mentioned, that students add two more words to each category, then they compare the answers in pairs. So, and the third part, they need to rank their items from 1 to 6, as I already mentioned. So this is for the second activity. So this is easy. For the third one, while writing, it's going to be the grammar focus. In this option, we will focus on the simple present questions and short answers. So we're going to be reinforcing this topic. So as a student, to find three questions with do or does, and this is pretty much the formula that we're going to be using. So this is the rule for forming questions with do, using this formula, WH question plus do or does plus the subject plus the verb. And I need to let them know, I need to point out that language in the grammar focus box. And then I have to play the audio. So for this activity, I have two annexes. So the annex number 3 is this presentation, the one that I'm gonna be using. So if you check right here, this is the structure that we have for a question and also for an answer in affirmative and also negative. For example, do you like country music? Yes, I do. I love it. Or no, I don't. I don't like it very much. So you see, we have the structure, and we also have to focus on the object pronouns. So on this part right over here, again, we're gonna be focusing on the writing part. And then for the annex number 4, this is the part where they need to complete this conversation. So they need to complete the conversation, and then they have to practice with a partner. For example, they need to use the same structure that we already discussed. For example, using do, does, or the object pronoun. For example, I like Alabama Shakes a Lot, which is a song. And then for the answer, do you know it? Yes, I do. And I love this song. Let's download it. So you see, we're using do or does. We're using the object pronoun, which in this case is it. And that's for the second part. And then I have right here for the post writing. So the other activity, it's gonna be writing text messages. So again, this is gonna be the last activity that we're gonna do on this class, because this one it's a little bit shorter than the previous one. So the instructions point out the students will make the text invitations, focus the students' attention on their text messages. So let me show you. And also we're going to discuss abbreviations. Explain that people use abbreviations because there is very little space on smartphone screens. So, and there are some examples that we have. R, it's equal to, the letter R, it's equal to R. The letter U, it's equal to U. I don't know. Be right back, or something like that. So, for this activity, the whole class is going to be participating, and then we have the annexes. So let me show you. This is pretty much the image that they're gonna be able to see. So what do these text messages say? And are you busy Saturday? Want to go to the beach? I don't know. I have to ask my parents. Be right back. So, and these are the abbreviations. Then let me show you the annex number 6. For this one, this part, the students have to complete or have to create their own personal text messages using the abbreviations that we learned on this activity. All right, And if the students have smartphones, they can practice sending text messages in class or for homework, or they can do so through our platform on the chat. So in case that we have a little bit more time, so we can practice a little bit more using the chat. And then for the wrap up, we need to ask some opinions. Students and teachers share ideas and opinions about what we studied today, and these are the options for the wrap up. So that's pretty much that we are gonna be developing on this class. Again, let me show you. This is the book that I'm using right now for this student. If you check, they're pretty much the same, or not the same, but equal activities that we're gonna be doing. And because we are focusing on the writing part, so that we are studying a little bit more, maybe in a different time. We're going to be focused on the speaking and also the reading part. And this is that. So, and let me show you, just for you to check here, this is what's going to be pretty much the option. So this is the lesson plan. Do you play the guitar? That's the name of the unit. And this is what I'm going to show to the students. The agenda, objectives, and this is pretty much the poll. The good thing about this poll is that they have the option to select not only one but several options. For example, electronic music, if they don't like reggae. I mean, and that's the good thing. In the class they have to select the music, the styles of music, but the other students, they have to think if they like or dislike that gender, sorry, or that style. So this is the second activity. So they need to put it and select it on the right place. So the grammar focus. Oh, the good thing about this part is that it also has a audio.
Page 23, exercise 4, grammar focus.
So it's a
simple present questions, short answers.
So
do you like country music?
This is writing. They are learning also.
Yes, I do. I love it.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Right? And this is the grammar structure that they need to follow. And this is pretty much the other activity. On this one, they have to create. They have to create the right answer if they think that it's due. So they need to put it right over here. Let's select the color red and put it right here. Do. All right, they think that the answer right here is due, and so on. I like Obama shakes a lot. Do you know? All right, and this is the other activity. So you see, that's pretty much all the details that I have created for this activity. All right, and that's the last part, the wrap up. So that's pretty much what I have to show you today. So again, this is gonna be for the lesson plan for writing. That's why all the activities are worked in the skill that it's writing. All right, so I hope you have learned and enjoyed this activity. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye for now.